Hello, this is Johnny Liu. Today I'm going to do a video recording how to set up a Recalbox on the RetroArcade. This one is by Mini Kate TV. They're the one who create this image. It's made for 3B plus 32 gig Recalbox. Okay, and if you was to find it, this is the description. You want to go to Arcade Punk and look for this file, and then you should be able to download it. Okay, and I'll put that in the description as well. And the question is, how do we get this to work? Okay, so let me show you what we have here. Everything here is a config.txt file. I did not remove anything. Matter of fact, I kept everything exactly the same. Disable overscan, I kept that. I kept this one for audio on. Config HDMI boot, I kept that on. And if it see a HDMI plug-in, it will automatic as a hot plug. It automatic will go to your TV based on what I'm seeing here on this setup, and then we delay the TV for 3 seconds to make sure the TV got enough time to boot up before the signal will go to the TV, and then that's pretty much it. And then disable the rainbow on the startup if you have issue. Now, once what I did is I add this portion. I copy and paste this portion, the same thing I did on the Raspberry RetroPie 4.4. This is the Recalbox, so I paste this into the Recalbox config.txt file. And I kept this at the bottom because majority, the Recalbox, majority have this at the bottom. So I left those alone, and I put this information here that is highlighted with a pen, says for 4-inch screen. So this is added to it, and so as you can see, it boot up just fine. And I cheated. I went and wrote down all the information because it comes in a different language. It's not in English. So those of you who have the same problem I have, I will type this out too. When you press the start button, you will see this screen. So what I'll do is I label it 1 to 10, so you know the first one is system setting. And system setting is to set up the language. Okay, so first one you're going to pick is system setting. You press A, not A, start button again, press B. Then you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you change that to English. Okay, then you select close. Alright, so I'll put that in the description, so that way that you guys will know how to go about the screen. So if you go to system, you want to go to number 4, down number 4 to select the language. So I will add that like this. You have an option, and then for control, you press you go to control setting. Then you want to do the first one, config the A controller, and then that's when you do the A and B button. So first one is up, second one is down, left, right, joystick. If you have a joystick, which you don't, you're just going to use the D-pad. You skip, and then you do A, B, and then X, Y, star, select, and then page up you do L1, page down R1. Then R2, R3 you don't have. You skip, and then the hotkey you're gonna select. Use a select key, which is right here, select key. Okay, so this is just a rough going over this with you to let you know, and I'll have that in the description. So those of you who download this doesn't understand other than English, you will have something to go by. Instead of selecting stuff that you don't understand what it's writing, I will put it in English. And I'll label it 1 to 10 on the first screen. When you press start button, start. So if you press the start button, you will see all this, and I'll type that out in the description. and then if you press the control setting, this is what you will get. Okay, and if you press the control A, config A controller, and this is what you will get. Okay, so I'll put all that in based on the title. You'll know how to get to that screen. And I guess I'll put step 1 for the system setting, and then the language, and then step 2 is your number 4 control setting, and then this will be control setting, and then you get down to here. Okay, hopefully that helped. So yes, make sure you download the version I gave you the link, because Recalbox, majority of them support only 3B, not the new Raspberry Pi, which is 3B plus. So you have, this is the beta version. This is the only one that I know that work, and also work on the RetroArcade. So those of you who like to play Nintendo 64 might want to use this, you know, and plug in the Xbox USB controller and play your Nintendo 64. Okay, so my understanding, Recalbox play a lot better on Nintendo 64 than Retro Pi 4.4. Okay. All right, let me get out here, press start again, and then this is all the game. It had 10,800 game on this build, and so it had a lot of system, a lot of cool, but it doesn't have video. So that's the reason it is able to put a lot of game in here. Like, it doesn't have a video like the Raspberry Pi. So those of you who like to play Nintendo 64 might consider downloading this one instead, because my understanding, Recalbox on Nintendo 64, it played much better than but there's no video. It just have pictures, and like this one didn't have a picture for some reason. Yeah, this one did not have pictures, but it's not 100% perfect. But hey, you know, 64th Street. Let's see if we press select. Yeah, select is same thing. You could choose the alphabet. So let's go choose Final Fight in the F category. There you go. And let's go ahead and press the B button to start the game. It's a pretty cool graphic. They come in a long way to make it come so close to Raspberry Pi. They had the bezel on the side as well, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to turn the sound up. So there, B is the B is the active, the A is the opposite from the. So they did swing it to where it's stand up, like you're watching from the arcade. Right, I have not played Recalbox enough to give you guys information about how to set things up, but my understanding is supposed to be very press B again. It should be a very easy to understand. Okay, A to get out. Let me see if I could fix the sound, because the sound seem to be, yeah, there you go. All right, 100%. Okay. All right. Press start to get out of that. Go back to Final Fight. Now I have downloaded a lot of different ones that they are very cool, like the Motion Blue. I haven't tested yet. It's a 256 gigabyte, but this is the Recalbox. So let's see if that make it, yeah, make a big difference. Yeah, it seems like it's a lot easier to use. Where RetroArcade 4.4, I have to go to setting and sound setting and stuff. This one I just automatic turn it on and automatic no. You know, I don't have to like reboot or anything. The other one have to reboot and everything to make it work. Where Recalbox, I just turn the sound up and automatic no, and it works. Okay, I'm dying. I still haven't figured out which button is what, for what. Okay. Alright, so hopefully this helped. Press start select to get out. It's pretty nice. I like this image, you know, for 32 gig, you know. Now, if you don't like the sound background, you could press A, press start, and go to this, I guess, let's see. Sound setting, oop. Sound setting B, foreground, there you go, just turn it off. So you go to sound setting and I just turn that off. So you don't have no sound on the game selection. So it won't be so annoying. I don't know if the Nintendo 64 work with the joystick, with this joystick. Because I know you have to plug in a different joystick, you know, like you have a D-pad and a joystick, so you could play the, let's go to Super Mario. Now somebody say that they got it working with Super Mario. I mean, not Super Mario, but the Nintendo. So let's see if it works with only one joystick. What happened? Huh, that game does not work. How about Super Smash Bros? It didn't work either. Maybe it won't work because I need to plug in the right controller, because it's not letting me start any of the game. Interesting. Alright, so press A, get out that one. Let's go to I guess Neo Geo. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't want me to start the Nintendo 64. So you probably have to plug in the right joystick in order for it to work, because apparently it's not letting me start it. So the game is not stretched, it's in a good wide portion of the screen. This game is pretty cool. It lets you beat up and pick up objects, and you could throw at them or hit them with it. So it's pretty cool. I like this game. Okay, let's see. Oh, by pressing select and A is we start the game. Alright, press select and start to get out the game. Alright, hopefully this helped. I will put everything on the description, so please look at the description how to get the Recalbox working. This is the beta version. I'm not sure what version this is. It might be a 4.1. Let's go check the system. Yeah, it's called the Mini Kate TV Raspberry B Plus. And this space 256 gigabyte. I'm not using 256 gigabyte to burn this, did I? Language English. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching, and if you haven't described the channel, if you do not know how to get the RetroArcade to run Raspberry Pi, you have to purchase the RGR controller in the system and replace the RetroArcade system board with the RGR board, and then you have to buy a Raspberry Pi, put in here. And what I did is I put a Raspberry Pi and also bought a A.Foot video card for 40 pin. So check out the previous channel. It will tell you video 1, 2, and 3, where to get this, where to get the video display, and also other video to show you how to put it together and everything. So I don't support Recalbox, so if you're gonna use it, please try to do your best to figure it out. It should be simple, easy than RetroPie 4.4. So if you understand RetroPie 4.4, you should understand this one pretty easy. Hopefully, I haven't used it enough to claim that I know it, but based on what I see, is pretty simple things. It's not that too complicated. So right away we was able to disable the sound, in my first try, and it worked. So, but the Nintendo 64, I think you have to plug in the controller and then reset up the controller again for the external controller, and then it will work with Nintendo 64. I believe. I haven't tried it, so don't hold my word on it. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like to try this version Recalbox, you could try it, and if you don't like it, just delete it. That's pretty much it. I mean, one thing good about Raspberry Pi is you could put any image you want, play any game you want. And if you don't like this particular image, you could swap it to another SD card and play a different one. So that's one thing good about it. You're not stuck with one particular design and artwork. You could swap it back and forward. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll check you guys later. There also a Sega Genesis Mini is coming out in September 19th, and I'll also pre-order that, and I will do a video on that soon. And also good news for people who love Neo Geo Mini. There's a hack on it. I have all the information from Mad Little Pixel. He's the one who got the jailbreak for Neo Geo Mini. Check his video out. You might have to play it several times. I have to, to get the information down on paper, because he go through it pretty fast. So, but he have some good information. You just have to download the firmware and do the hardware setting, and so that should get you guys going. So that's the good news about Neo Geo Mini hack. They finally came out, so you could play different game. You could add more game. You could play different emulator as well. He didn't go into detail where he get the emulator, so I do not know if the hack automatically install the emulator, or you have to go somewhere to download it. So you will have to add Mad Little Pixel, and I'll put that description for those people interested in Neo Geo hack. Alright, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye bye.